Creative Cajun Cooking, maker of Magic Swamp Dust, presents the Outdoor Kitchen Show, where we'll head outdoors for some Louisiana food and fun. We'll show you some great recipes, meet some great people, and pass a good time in the great outdoors. So come on, and let's see what's cooking on
Outdoor Kitchen Show!
Hi, and welcome to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. I'm Marissa Turner, and today we're in my kitchen making up some old school recipes. We were recently on Facebook asking people what their mama used to cook, and we got some great ideas. So we're going to do a cheesecake made with commodity cheese. We're going to do some Boudin and Couche-Couche, and we're also going to do some Cathead biscuits and cane syrup. For all of this, stay tuned right here to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. We'll be right back.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Nothing elevates the beauty and value of a home like natural stone. Ascension Granite Marble offers quality stone for kitchens, baths, and businesses. Mined from exotic global locations, granite has its own personality, marble its own richness, and quartz can be anything you imagine. Ascension Granite is more than a showroom. Choose your slab in the stone yard and it will be carved, polished, and perfected on site. Ascension Granite and Marble in Gonzales, 644-2231 or ascensiongranite.com.
how to get that Cajun dip.
Jimmy,
Yeah, this is Jimmy, Creative Cajun Cooking.
can you ship that stuff to me to make that cream cheese dip?
Cajun cream cheese dip kit. Yeah! You want a truckload? You want a pallet full? Or maybe a little box? Yeah, well, I can get you hooked up. Got a recipe in the little recipe book. It leads you right on through it. Not a problem, baby. Tell everybody, go to my website. Check it out. CreativeCajunCooking.com.
All great spaces start with a plan. At Acadian Custom Cabinets, we offer free consultations to help customers choose from all the options, and we use state-of-the-art full-color computer renderings that enable you to visualize your project. Whether it's a kitchen, family room, or business, Acadian Custom Cabinets uses the finest hardwoods and hardware. From upscale to affordable, every piece is precision cut and assembled by experienced craftsmen. When you're ready to build or revitalize your space, call Acadian Custom Cabinets, 622-6337.
Hi, I'm Paul Salvant with the Bugman Professional Pest Control, and it's game day, baby.
Hi, and welcome to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. I'm Marissa Turner, and today we're in my kitchen making up some old school Cajun recipes. Now, we were talking on Facebook to a couple of friends, asking them what their mama used to make and what they remembered from their childhoods as being some of their favorite recipes. And of course, we got some old favorites like Boudin, Couche-Couche, and a lot of people don't have that recipe anymore, so we're going to make some of that today. And then also, when I moved to Ascension Parish, I found out about a cheesecake that's made with commodity cheese. Now, that was my favorite part of going to visit my Mama Zeph in Plocheville, was her commodity cheese. It was fantastic. We'd eat it by the handsful, chunks, whatever, you just cut you a piece and go run outside and play. It was fantastic. So we did a little search for some commodity cheese, but of course, commodity cheese is also known as government cheese, and if you're not on the rural elderly list to be able to receive commodity cheese, you don't get it. So we were asking, what's the closest thing? A lot of people for this recipe, for the cheesecake, will actually use the sliced cheese that you get, pre-wrapped and all that kind of stuff. They said the cheaper the cheese, the better. But pretty much every grocery store that has a deli that sells American processed cheese is going to have it. And you're going to need 16 slices for this recipe. Why the commodity cheese? Because it melts better into the icing. That's right, the cheese is going into the icing and not into the cake. It's a weird little thing, but it's really, really good, and you'll find it at almost any church fair in Ascension Parish. Today I'm going to dress it up in a little bundt pan, make it nice and pretty, and slather it in that American cheese icing. So we're going to prep our bundt pan, give it a little spray. This isn't the kind that has the flour in it already, so we're going to put a little bit of flour in here too. Now, even though this is from a yellow cake mix, and we're using Duncan Hines in this one, we're not following the standard directions. So we're adding an extra egg, basically the pound cake directions. A 1/3 cup vegetable oil, and a cup of water. These are our wet ingredients. We're going to beat these together and then add the dry. We add the yellow cake mix. And the vanilla instant pudding mix. We're going to incorporate just a little bit, and then we got to beat all this together. All right, we're just going to put our batter in our pan. You can use a different pan for this if you prefer. My neighbor Nadine, she likes to use the 3 8-inch pans, the real small ones, so she can have more cheese in the middle. Okay, and we're going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes for the bundt pan. Other pans, just follow the directions on the cake mix box and you should be okay. As long as the toothpick comes out of the middle clean, you're good. All right, so our cake is in the oven, and believe me, that is the easy part. Now we're about to make the commodity cheese icing, and it's one of those things you can't walk away from. As a matter of fact, and to give credit where credit is due, this is Nadine LeBlanc's family's recipe. She's my neighbor, and one time she had her daughter come over to make one of these cakes for a social studies project. I'd never heard of it before, much less thought cheese goes into an icing. No, we had a little trouble that night because I had no idea what was going on. But what we're going to do is follow the recipe. It's sugar, evaporated milk, and butter brought to soft ball stage. Now, it's kind of important. You have to have the candy thermometer for that, because if you're guessing and you don't get it enough, it's just going to all run off the cake. If you heat it too much, it's going to turn into candy, probably. I don't know. Might ought to try that, huh, Nadine? Then, when it reaches that 240 degrees for soft ball, we're going to take it off the heat, add in just a splash of vanilla. Yes, vanilla with the cheese. And we're going to slice up these little slices of cheese into little strips, whisk them into that hot icing mix. And then when the cake comes out of the oven, you put it right onto it. It's all good to go. 2 cups of sugar. 1 cup of evaporated milk. Get that put together. And half a stick of butter. It's going to take a little while for that to melt in there. Okay, so you see, got everything melted, and we're starting to get all bubbly and stuff. And you see how it's starting to rise up in that pot? That candy thermometer on there. Let's see where we're at. We're not even quite to 200 degrees at this point, okay? We need to get to 240. And it takes a little while to get the softball stage. I think this has been on 6 or 7 minutes now. It might need to go a full 10 or whatever you're comfortable with as far as heat. The hotter your burner, the faster you get to softball, but the easier you might boil over. So just be careful. All right, y'all, here we go. Softball stage reached.
I told you the cake is the easy part. It's the icing that's a little tough, because you got to keep whisking and putting the cheese in a little bit at a time so it melts in there. And just keep whisking and whisking. You might want to get a little helper for this. It takes a while.
Once I get this last little bit incorporated and all kind of, well, I don't want to say smooth, because the recipe says it's going to have like a coconutty texture. I don't know if that's just nice words for saying stringy, but it's not quite stringy. It's just, I don't know, cheese and sugary, I guess. But this is how Nadine made it. I made her come to my house and show me how to do it. And I got in a workout. So let's just put some in the middle. And I know this looks kind of odd, but it is really good and really rich too. And of course, when I put the top layer of the cake on, it's gonna splash over the sides a little bit, and that's just fine. Because with a bundt style cake, you want it to roll down the side a little bit. All right. Okay, here's the top of the cake. Make sure we're on there well. This is enough for one of them bizarre foods episodes, huh? But I'm telling you, it's good. All right, y'all. I told you it was kind of a weird little thing, but everybody in Ascension Parish loves their American cheese cheesecake. And for the recipe, you can go to our website at www.theoutdoorkitchenshow.com. We'll share that old family recipe. Thank you, Nadine, once again for sharing that with us. And we'll also have it on the Facebook page and all that kind of stuff, and the video of how we did it. I've got a kitchen to clean now, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have that hot Boudin cold Couche-Couche. Not an Ascension Parish thing, but an Avoyelles Parish thing. And then after that, we'll have some Cathead biscuits and cane syrup. So for all of this, stay tuned to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. We'll be right back.
Nothing runs like a deer at Ascension Equipment in Gonzales. And now is the best time to stop by and check out all of the John Deere tractor packages available. Come pick out your next ZTR with electric fuel injection, Kohler engines, and the legendary 7 Series mower decks. Or how about your next John Deere Gator with enough power to go from 0 to 30 in 3 seconds? With so many options to choose from, you have to see them to believe them. Come see the whole line of John Deere equipment at Ascension Equipment in Gonzales, a cut above the rest.
The Louisiana Wildlife Federation is the oldest nonprofit conservation group in Louisiana. Formed by sportsmen in 1940 to protect your right to access and enjoy healthy fisheries and wildlife habitats statewide, LWF represents the voice of Louisiana's outdoors, both in the field and at the Capitol. LWF also supports the Vanishing Paradise campaign that advocates for critical restoration in the Delta and on the coast. Speak up for our state. Become an LWF member today.
Gorman Brothers Appliances on Airline in Prairieville. When ordinary just won't do.
When you fire up your pot for a good gumbo, you ought to know the secret of Marie Laveau. She has a seasoning that's a must. Made in Louisiana, it's magic swan dust. She sprinkles and she stirs her black iron pot. But you better watch out, 'cause when she uses all she's got, she goes. Another can done gone.
We entertain a lot at our house. So one good thing is you never want little creepy crawlers running around when you're entertaining. And you can always count on the Bug Man to make sure that parties go smooth.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
The Bug Man is wonderful.
Hi, I'm Paul Salvant with the Bug Man Professional Pest Control, and it's game day, baby.
Welcome back to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. I'm Marissa Turner, and today we're in my kitchen making some old school Louisiana recipes. In the first part of the show, we shared my friend and neighbor Nadine LeBlanc's family's cheesecake recipe, and it's not a cheesecake, it's a cheese cake. It's a cake with cheesy icing on it, and not just any cheese, but commodity style cheese, government cheese, that's right, and it is fantastic. Weird little recipe, but people around here in Ascension Parish absolutely love it. Next up, we're going to have something from my family. My people are all from Avoyelles Parish, Simsport and Plocheville, and one of the recipes that I'm sharing today is just Boudin and Couche-Couche. Now you can say Couche-Couche. As a matter of fact, the first time I saw couscous on a menu, I was like, that's a weird way to spell Couche-Couche, and it doesn't look anything like Couche-Couche, and it wasn't. Couscous is not Couche-Couche or Couche-Couche, however you want to say it. Either way, it is basically fried cornmeal mush. All right, I know it sounds weird, but it's one of those things where rural families had lots of staples on hand, and cornmeal was one of them. So this is basic as you get. It is a cornmeal mix that rises, you know, the baking powder and salt along with the cornmeal. I'm using white cornmeal today, and you basically cook it in a cast iron skillet with a little vegetable oil. I want to amp up the flavor by adding in some bacon. So I'm going to fry some bacon in my cast iron skillet, leave the drippings in there, fry a couche-couche in that, heat me up some smoked Boudin, put it together. I like to add bacon to the skillet while the skillet's still kind of cold and bring it up to temperature. I actually did cut these bacon strips in half just to make them easier to deal with. My mama does that, so I figured I would too, huh? Mama's usually right about these things. And for the couche-couche, I'm using 2 cups of white buttermilk cornmeal mix from a bag. We add a cup of water. So it's kind of a 2 to 1. Some people like theirs a little drier and mealier, and some people like theirs a little wetter. It's however you want to do. And we're just going to whisk this together. Okay, y'all, while I'm taking a little break while some of my stuff is cooking, I just wanted to mention that our grandparents' recipes, especially here in Louisiana, are treasures. And a lot of them have been lost lately due to various disasters. And if you're looking for a specific recipe, go ahead and check out our website or our Facebook page. Send us a message if you're looking for something. Maybe we can help, and maybe we can do it on the show and share it with everybody. Now, my Aunt Boos suggested that we would do ponce or gog. I said, I'm sorry, Aunt Boos, I ain't doing that on my show. People want to eat after they see my show. We ain't gonna do no ponce, we ain't gonna do no gog, but we will do the Boudin and Couche-Couche, and I will do my neighbor's Ascension Parish commodity cheesecake, and I will do some Cathead biscuits and syrup, because everybody likes that kind of stuff. But ponce and gog, you can keep that, okay? But if you're looking for an old mama style recipe, go to our Facebook page, check it out, send us a message. Okay, so this bacon is done. I'll let as much of that grease drip back into the pan as I can as I take it out. Now, if you don't want to do the bacon grease, you can do the vegetable oil. I'm just gonna pour it in there. They say the trick is make sure it makes a little crust at the bottom before you start stirring it around. Let's give this a good stir. Get that crust up off the bottom and kind of distribute it down in there. And we're just going to cook this in the skillet till it's cooked through. And then you kind of just turn off the skillet whenever somebody wants some of that couche-couche. They come get some and put it in a bowl and add some milk. Now to plate this up, you put you some couche-couche down in the bowl. And you add some milk. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some evaporated milk, some pet milk. Get nice and wet. Now most people eat this like a cereal, okay? You can make it as thin or as thick as you like. Adding in my bacon bits. And I'll be honest, y'all, I like mine a little bit savory, so I add in some of my favorite magic swamp dust. And this is made in the swamp, for real, by Jimmy Babin, who lives on the Diversion Canal and Flat Lake and the swamp behind it and all that good stuff. And this one doesn't have the red pepper, okay? This is the original one. You see there's no red pepper in it. And it's not very salty at all, okay? It's just got a lot of flavor, like the garlic and a little lemon and pepper and stuff, but not the red pepper, as you can see, okay? So it's not gonna add a bunch of salt to it. All right, you can't have couche-couche with a little hot boudin, right? At least not around these parts. Maybe a little bit more, huh? There you go. Hot boudin, cold couche-couche. Don't get any more Louisiana than that. Might even make my Papa Dallas put down his coffee milk, huh? And when we come back, we'll have Cathead biscuits and cane syrup. So stay tuned to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. Cajun Catch Seafood Market and Deli in Gonzales is your local source for crawfish, wild-caught fish, crabs, and shrimp, on ice and right out the boiler. Cajun Catch Deli is now open every weekday until 7 p.m., serving home-style Cajun favorites, overstuffed po' boys, daily lunch specials, and crispy, crunchy fried chicken. Everybody knows if you wanted boiled, fried, or stewed, come on down to Cajun Catch Seafood on Oris Roth next to the fire station in Gonzales. Try Gator Marys with pickled vodka. Drain a jar of Gator Pickles okra and save the juice. Pour vodka over them and refrigerate. Stir that juice and vodka into Bloody Mary mix. Top with magic swamp dust and Gator Pickles okra and bacon. For more, CreativeCajunCooking.com.
One of the big problems that we used to have was mosquitoes until we got the Bugman's mosquito missing system. It'll prevent the mosquitoes as well as if you have a mosquito problem, you just turn it on and it kills them right there.
Call the Bugman today, 923-BUGS.
And the best part about it is it's safe for our pets.
Make a dirty Gator Pickles teeny by rimming a glass with magic swamp dust, adding vodka to Gator Pickles okra juice, and shaking it over ice. Pour it in a martini glass and garnish with Gator Pickles okra. For more, go to CreativeCajunCooking.com.
Do you have dental insurance? If not, no problem. Here at Absolute Quality Care Family Dentistry, we are excited to offer you our exclusive dental membership plan. By purchasing our plan, you will receive preventive dental services free of charge and other dental services at a greatly reduced price. Our plan was designed for patients, new and existing, that do not have dental insurance, giving you the opportunity to receive same-day treatment. Our dental membership plan is the best option for saving you and your family money. So call us today for more information and begin saving.
We are believers. Trust is earned in the field, where a full day's work will always tell the truth. We believe in what we do and what we have done. Who are we? Number one in subcompact tractors, number one in compact excavators, and number one in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
At Ascension Equipment in Gonzales, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Paul Salvant with the Bugman Professional Pest Control, and it's game day, baby.
Today on the Outdoor Kitchen Show, we're doing some old school Louisiana recipes, including commodity cheesecake, Boudin Couche-Couche, and now we're about to do some Cathead biscuits and cane syrup. Okay, homemade biscuits. Gotta sift everything. We need 2 cups of all-purpose flour or bread flour. And we're going to add in the baking soda and stuff like that. We've got a tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to sift this together. So you see I've got a sifter here. Okay. Crisco, not butter, Crisco. A tablespoon plus a teaspoon butter. Okay, now you can use a fork. I've got a pastry blender. You can see my toddler likes to play with it. And we're just going to cut this into the flour. Okay, it takes a little while, but you want all of it blended in so it looks like the consistency of like small pea-sized shapes, okay? And you can use a fork if you don't have a pastry blender. Well, I'll tell you, between that and that icing for that cheesecake, I'm getting a workout. All right, let me get my big wooden spoon. This is 2/3 cup buttermilk. This is not milk with melted butter in it. It is actual buttermilk. If you don't know the difference, Google it. The less you work these biscuits, the better they are. So just kind of get it to come together. Look, this is Franklin's favorite part, when I sprinkle flour everywhere. But it's all right, it wipes right up. All right, put some flour on my fingers. Is we're going to break off 8 pieces, okay? Now if you want, you can put a floured knife and kind of separate it. All right, you're gonna take each one, make it about the size of a cat's head. Got it? You're gonna press them out, be about a 1/2 inch thick, okay? And they're gonna be irregularly shaped. What do they say? About the size of a loving woman's hand, or man, whoever's making the biscuits, okay? There you go. And we're gonna put these on a pan and bake them at 425 till they're golden brown. Now while the biscuits are in the oven, let's talk a little bit about cane syrup. Here in the middle I have Steen's, everybody's old standby favorite because it's good, and you see how it coats the spoon. It's very syrupy and golden. We also have some from the Rural Life Museum in Baton Rouge, just off of Essen. They make it homemade with the whole mule pressed sugarcane thing and cook it down, and you can buy it in their gift shop. It's actually wonderfully flavored, even though it's a thinner consistency than what you're used to with Steen's. Here we have their glaze, which is cooked down a little bit more and has sugar crystals in it. I found it a bit more bitter, but still pretty good. And you know me, I love those local products. Now speaking of buying local, while I have things cooking, I wanted to tell you about these new gift kits that you can get from Creative Cajun Cooking. Makes life a whole lot easier if you're not in an area where you can get Creative Cajun Cooking products at your local grocery store, although there's a lot of places that do. Now, you've seen me cooking with the Magic Swamp Dust. You've seen me frying the gator pickle okra and the gator pickles and things like that, and you wonder how you can get that for yourself. As a matter of fact, a lot of people, whenever I put these videos, they say, "Ooh, do you ship that?" Jimmy ships that. Now, one of them is for the Cajun cream cheese dip. It's that good Cajun dip, you know, oh my gosh, it's so good. You just add cream cheese and sour cream to what comes into the kit, and it's fantastic. They also had the fried pickle and fried okra kit. It's got the gator wing batter that we love to fry with. Also a recipe book, 2 jars of okra and some gator pickles in there. Oh my gosh, that is the best fried okra you have ever had. And there's kind of a grab backpack where you can get lots of Creative Cajun Cooking products, including the swamp dust and the smoke and frying rub that's so good whenever you're barbecuing. And each of the jars with the okra, the pickles, and the gator pickle relish that makes such a good tartar sauce and potato salad and stuff. Okay, y'all, we have finished up with all our classic Louisiana po' folks recipes today. We started out with that Ascension Parish commodity-style cheesecake that is not a cheesecake. And then we did our Boudin and Couche-Couche, and we added a little bacon and swamp dust to that cornbread milk, as they call it around here. It was really good. And now we just poured some cane syrup on top of some homemade Cathead biscuits. And I'm done. My kitchen's still a mess, and I am ready to wrap this up. So if you want the recipes, you go to the website at www.theoutdoorkitchenshow.com. You want to buy any of the Cajun seasoning products you've seen on the show today, that's at creativecajunCooking.com. And you know what? I'm going to eat. We'll see you next week here on The Outdoor Kitchen Show. Thanks for watching.